Hello, good. Hello, good people. Hello, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. I am doing better, as you can hear. Got a little bit of my energy back. Drinking water, a lot of water. I've been drinking a little bit of chlorophyll. I like chlorophyll. Just been watching overall what I eat. Um, so I feel much better, much better. I cut a lot of things out from my diet. So I got my inner the biggest thing is I got my energy back and I'm no longer in pain. So I'm feeling much better. So other than the fact that I accidentally I'm mad about I left my one a pair of my sneakers in the hotel room. So mad when I was driving into Nashville. I stayed overnight. Interesting enough I was in Nashville and right before all the stuff has went down. So but I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really, really, really good. I'm in Tennessee. I'm not in New York. I'm gonna bunker down here for the next couple of weeks and chill. So y'all, let me take my shoes off. Oh, get comfortable for this conversation. Your grandbabies like the intro. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, I miss babies. My daughter's 21, y'all, and I was came across a photo of her when she was like 3. Y'all, I almost cried. Hmm. But she's 21 now. So, y'all, where can I start? So, yeah, I really want to come to everybody and kind of talk to them about the stuff that's going on. A couple of weeks ago, I said that, hold on one second, hold on. This might be about my tennis shoes. Hold on. All right, y'all. That was a hotel about my sneakers. All right, I need to go get my fan, baby, because it is hot in this room. I'm at my mama's house, and when they get to a certain age, they don't like the air condition. Y'all. Now back on the subject at hand. So y'all remember I said this about a couple of weeks ago. I think I said this. I don't remember, y'all, because no, I could have. No, I haven't. I haven't. This is something that I was talking about with someone else. I said I can really think that it would be an interesting situation. I'll say this much that if Russia and China are just sitting back and watching and they don't do anything but allow the US to fall apart from within. And then what happens when the inside or the internal parties fall apart, the external parties can go and do whatever they want to do after the fact. So I said, possibly this is why Russia, none of them are doing anything because they're watching the downfall of this country and the citizens fighting amongst each other. I think something happened similar to Rome. Before Rome was invaded, Rome fell apart from the inside. I think it was Rome. But for every great empire, it always starts internally. They always fall apart internally. And China has invested a lot of money in here. And I'm just saying, this is what I think. And I might be wrong, and I ain't prophesying. Y'all know I'm not, I don't call myself that. But I'm just looking at and thinking through some things and saying, I don't see them bombing here. I see them invading here. It makes sense. Follow me if where we go on with this. U.S. right now is at the most divided that it's ever been since the Civil War. And they're the most divided. Key to it is Black citizens don't want to be involved. Black citizens ain't gonna get involved. We like, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can fight amongst each other. But that's all needs to happen is a civil war happening on the inside. The government implodes, and then once it implodes, guess what? They become weaker because they're fighting amongst each other. And what happens is the external factors say, okay, now it's time to come in. Bam, and hit them. And I thought about it. I said, Putin ain't dumb, nor Xi Jinping. None of them are dumb. People underestimate them. They're not dumb. They're not going. I don't see them bombing here. I see them invading, because it's too much invested here for them to bomb. China has invested too much money here. They've invested way too much money here. That's why when I had that dream about them invading, I said that makes better sense. And I'm resting. This cough right here has to do with my acid reflux. So I'm fine. So, but thank you. But yeah, I said that and I said that makes sense. Now, how is this gonna happen? Question. What's going on with the government right now? The government is more divided than it's ever been. The Democratic Party are fighting amongst each other. The Republican Party is fighting against the Democrats. Then you have an enclave of another arm of the Republican Party that's saying, take us back to where we were. Take us back to when America was great. With that being said, that's when you're going to start seeing these Christian nationalist parties rear up their ugly heads. And we're seeing it now. We're seeing it. We're seeing it. And we're seeing it before our eyes. And we're sitting here like, wow, it's about to go down. It is about to go down. So, have y'all heard about what happened in Nashville? We're going to start with that first. Have y'all heard about what's going on in Nashville? Give me a yes or a no. Oh, so you haven't heard about what's going on in Nashville. So keep in mind, y'all, I had just left Nashville. And y'all know I left Nashville and I was saying, and they was having the big 4th of July event while I was in Nashville. The crazy thing, I was in Nashville just, I'm going to say the 15th. I was there, was it 15th? 5th. The 5th. That's why that lady got confused because I kept saying the 15th. July 5th. I was there July 5th. And I was walking around. We were in downtown Nashville. I had to, if y'all remember, pay attention to the last video. I said, I just got a weird feeling. I had such an eerie feeling that I was like, ugh. And you can tell that my daughter could tell that I was feeling some kind of way. And as I'm walking, I'm seeing these large crowds and I'm constantly looking up. And my daughter's like, why are you looking up? I said, this is dangerous. I said, you don't, hold on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who is where. But I felt uncomfortable in it. And I kid y'all not, I felt like, I said, this is going to be the last peaceful 4th of July that they have. And I was thinking that when I was walking down the street. Thinking that. I said, man, I feel like this 4th of July is the last peaceful 4th of July this U.S. is going to see. And I kept feeling that. And interesting enough, me and my daughter went back to the hotel. And, I got some rest, and it just stayed with me. It stayed with me, and I couldn't shake it off. And I was just like, this is gonna get interesting. We're getting ready to see. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't even make it to the elections. Because the biggest thing right now, we're in a situation where white America is scared, and they're running scared. And the reason that they're scared, they have a multitude of things going on. One, they're scared of immigrants. When you dog out people, you're scared that they ever will rise to power. You've dogged out Black Americans. That's their biggest fear. The biggest fear in the room is us. And they got to play it back in their head. Our ancestors dogged them out. That's their biggest fear. Then their access to money has depleted greatly. And they're scared right now. They're real scared right now. And it's very obvious. It's very obvious. And with them running scared, you will see them do things that don't make sense at all. You'll see groups rise up. You're going to see pop-up groups all over the place, standing for their rights or standing for who they are, their name, their white name. And lately, that's all I've seen is white nationalism or Christian nationalism. I see them all the same. They're the same group. And they're getting ready to run them up. With that, I don't think we're going to make it to an election. I don't, because I feel like if we make it, it's still not going to be good. Because if Trump, I said this a while back, I said, if Trump lose, we think January 6th was crazy. If Trump loses, January 6th will be a fairy tale in comparison to how these folks going to cut up. How these folks going to cut up. But not only are you seeing white nationalism in the U.S., you're seeing it in all these European countries. France is having an issue right now. The UK has always had an issue. You're beginning to see these European nations get scared. Because guess what? The curses are reversing back on them, and they feel it. And I believe that. These very curses that were put on our heads and y'all made money on, God is reversing them and putting them back on your head, and it's going to be worse. And they feeling it. And this is just the first wave. This is just the first wave. It gets worse from here. And I think that's why most of us have a peace. It's like, okay, it is what it is. I mean, we have a peace, strange enough. I have a peace. I know that much. But the curses are reversing, and they can't handle it. And they're getting ready to lose power. They're getting ready to lose power. And they feel it. And they feel it. So, because with them, before I say this, with them losing power, at one time, U.S. used to be the hero, and now the U.S. is the villain. All of European Union as a whole is the villain now. They always propagated themselves as being the hero. We're here to save the day. And Most High says, I'm going to bring about truth. And he took the veil off of everybody's eyes. And we're actually seeing them. The world is seeing them. All the indigenous people of the world are seeing them for who they are. So right now, he is stripping them naked, and the world can see it. So that's why I know a shift is coming. The shift has started, and the shift is going to magnify as we get closer and closer and closer. It's going to move faster and faster and faster. And I really believe that's why it's been kind of quiet here, because I kept saying, I said, oh my goodness, I hope Russia don't do this, especially while I'm here, or while we here. I said, oh my goodness, they're not doing nothing. They're watching. They're watching. And when this country gets at its worst from the inside, that's when they're going to come in and rush in like a flood. because they're not coming right now. I don't think they're coming right now. And I might be wrong. I ain't sitting here saying that. Again, I never professed to be anything more than a servant of the Most High God. Um, it's getting ready to be. They're. I don't see them bombing. I see them invading the U.S. and they know it. They know it. And this is why they acting the way they're acting right now. So I'm gonna play a video. Y'all share this video with people, bring them in the room. So before I play these videos, let me do my first piece of business. Okay, let's see. All right, so copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Say it again. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, new reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I don't know. That's it now. Let me switch everything over. I didn't have my glasses on reading that. There we go. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to share something with y'all. Fair use. Fair use. Now, this is something that I saw on TikTok. And it is by Raw's Alert. I think that's who that is. I can't see it. So go follow him on TikTok. So I'm going to play this and y'all can watch it.
These Trump supporters in Nashville today. Look at these Trump supporters.
Now, keep in mind before I go into this, these right-wing affiliates that are getting ready to wage war against the U.S. That's going to be their concern. It's not us. We too concerned about falling out of the will of the Most High, and we staying out of it. Our thing is we're going to say let God judge or let Yah judge and leave it to him. But it'll be their own that will turn on them. It'll be their own. Because again, you've given them access for so long. Thank you so much. That can go towards my tennis shoe collection. Y'all, I lost my tennis shoes. I'm so upset. And if anybody knows me, I love sneakers. Sneakers is my thing because I have to walk a lot. I have dress shoes. I have heels. I love heels. So thank you for $10. It's going to go towards my lost Reeboks. All right. So if anybody knows, what was I getting ready to say? Jesus, my memory, y'all pray for me. It's going to be internal. I'm just going to go back to my original statement. It's going to be internal. It's going to be their very people. This is what I was getting ready to say. When you have given a group of people access for so long and let them do whatever they want for so long, when you take that access away, they're going to have a temper tantrum. And that's what we're seeing right now. The right wing is having a temper tantrum. You know why? They don't have access to money anymore. Housing is ridiculously high. Mortgages are ridiculously high. They're literally treated like black folk when it comes to money. And they've had access for so long. Groceries are high. Cost of living overall is just ridiculously high. And then they're watching on TV where we're in a situation where we're financially, U.S. is in a financial chokehold right now. They're constantly sending money over to Ukraine and sending money over to Israel. These folks getting ready to cut up. So the battle will come from their own. So the right wing under Trump, I don't say Trump is affiliated, but they are Trump supporters, most of them. They are getting ready to raise up and do some stuff, I think. And what they're doing right now is just trying to increase their numbers. And that's what it looks like to me. So right now they decided to plant their feet in Tennessee. The interesting part, they're in Nashville and Knoxville. They have yet to step foot in Memphis. And I don't think they're gonna step foot in Memphis. They got to be bold to be in Memphis, because Memphis is a predominantly black city, and yeah, that's not gonna work. So what they're doing is they're in Tennessee, where the population of the white community is much higher. So they're in the Nashville, they're in the Knoxvilles, they're probably in the Chattanoogas, but they ain't gonna step foot in Memphis. Uh, if they step foot in Memphis, y'all, it's gonna be ugly. But no, they ain't gonna. They can march there. I don't think they're gonna march here. It's not gonna work for them if they march here at all. I live in Memphis. I'm from Memphis. Yeah. But what they're doing is just trying to increase their numbers. So they're doing these rallies to get people riled up. And again, white America is already pissed off to the highest level of festivity right now, because they don't have access no more. You can't, they abruptly took their access away, and then telling them you got to send their children to go to war. Yeah, that's not gonna work for them. Yep, they white cards stop working. They got bad credit. They dealing right now. They had to max out their credit cards to be able to sustain that high utilization and kill their credit score, because they didn't lost their jobs. They didn't. I mean, they going through right now. they going through it, and they finna cut up. And I said, they playing with these folks, but it'll be their own. Their turn on them. So
Look at these Trump supporters in Nashville today. A group called the Patriot Front. White supremacist.
fair use.
We lay ultimate claim to the pride of our mighty nation's legacy, because without the race of men that built America, without the ironclad resolve of our ancestors, there would be no America. We are heirs to an expansive and continental homeland purchased with immeasurable sacrifice. The most natural of human truths, the pride of one's home, the instinct of who he is. Nationalism is natural. Patriotism is inevitable.
To all you blacks that are out there supporting Donald Trump, take a look at that.
Eric, are you on my other page? Come to the Sister E page. You got a wrench on Sister E's page. Are you in the Sister E other page? Come to the main Sister E page and say something, because I can't find you in the chat of my main Sister E page, Eric. So come over there. I think you're in my other. I don't have a lot of mods over there, which I need to make some more mods. But come over to the main Sister E channel and then say something. Let me check. Yeah, come out of back room and come over to the other channel. Sorry, back room. I'm gonna log in and check in there too to make sure I have wrenches. So let me continue on.
I'd love to hear you justify why you explain a president that's being endorsed by white supremacists, right? How does that work out in terms of your best interest here in the United States of America? Go ahead, tell me. I know your answer already. You're going to blame Joe Biden, but you know what? It is what it is. Trump supporters, get those knee pads and those elbow pads ready, because Jack Smith and Fonnie Willis and Letitia James are coming for you. It's over, MAGA. It really is. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Alvin Bragg.
So y'all, I'm telling y'all what's going on. Eric, I'm making you a mod over there too. Let me give you your mod badge. Uh, I'll get some more mods eventually in the other channel as well. But y'all, they right now you have literally the U.S. has done so much to other nations outside of the U.S. and all the rest of us within the U.S. The U.S. has a lot of enemies. Israel has a lot of enemies. Ukraine got a lot of enemies. France got a lot of enemies. UK got a lot of enemies. These European nations got quite a bit of enemies right now. I was thinking about something and I told my dog this, y'all. I said, just think if the US would have left Black Wall Street alone and let the Black communities thrive and flourish within your own nation and not allowed your insecurities to cause you to attack someone. While you're in a financial deficit, we could have been the ones to help pull you out of that deficit. But because you allowed your insecurities to overtake you and your jealousy and your fear to overwhelm you, you have created an enemy amongst us. I'm gonna be honest, we probably would have. You got to think about it. If we would have just thrived and been doing our own thing, and we know that we have set roots here, we wouldn't have been trying to destroy our money here. If we would have had, think about it. If I had investments here, and I was a part of Memphis Wall Street, rather, I got properties and I got monies. I am going to secure my investment if I've invested here. If I've invested here. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna help you get out the hole because it's gonna hurt me and you if the ship sinks. Think about it. That's wisdom. But because you are so greedy, the US is so greedy, jealous, and so full of hate that they allowed their hate to overcome them. And the very thing that could have helped you through during your famine can't help you right now and ain't gonna help you. Ain't. You're not. So now all of a sudden everything is falling apart. Because guess what? If you would have done right, you wouldn't have had to reach out. They wouldn't have had to reach out to China. They wouldn't have had to reach out to all these countries to get them out of the hole. Because guess what? We got it. We can't let the ship sink. So what we're gonna do is gonna help you get out this hole. No. And then it says, I'm not giving you reparation either. And now you're sitting here looking at us and saying, help us, go to war, help us. I refuse. I refuse. And the crazy thing is, you're so arrogant because Obadiah talked about their arrogance. Obadiah checked them and said, pretty much let them know that their arrogance is going to be their downfall. Because of their arrogance, they still saying no reparation. Thank you, Armand, for the $10 cash app. And go get my sneakers. I'm still mad about that, y'all. but it's the arrogance. So you said still saying no to reparation, but yet it's still telling us get our Black children ready to go fight. For why? For why? And I purposely said it. For why? For why? Why would I? Why would I? Why would I give you any money? Why would I give you my child? And you told me I don't matter. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I ain't giving you reparation, but you want my children to go fight. I wish. I think that's when all heck is going to break loose. It's not going to be pretty for them. It's not. So this is interesting. You're dealing with a new generation, and people love to say, "Oh, it's the Generation Z's." I think each generation is tired, from Z all the way to baby boomers. They sick of it. They sick of it. So, what video is this? Hold on. So, Trump supporters are just off of the chain because, again, they're Trump supporters are only seeing things from their white eyes. So, enemy number one is the immigrant and the black people, but really, their enemy is them. They're the problem, not us. We're not the enemy. They are their own enemy. They're their own worst nightmare. It's almost internal cannibalism. There's a concept we used in finance called cannibalism in finance. And that means internal eating of your resources where it affects you outwardly. And what they're doing is they're internally devouring each other. And it's cannibalism. That's what it looks like right now. They're devouring each other. But what they're doing is not holding themselves accountable, because what Yah is a God. Yah is not a Yah is a Yah of order. God is a God of order. He will make y'all hate each other and destroy each other. He'll make y'all turn on each other and tell us y'all stay out of this. That's key. Stay out of this. This ain't y'all's business. This ain't y'all's business. Gosh, real, stay out of this. This is not your business. So, oh, Kelsey, thank you for the super chat. Kelsey Daniels, thank you for your $25 super chat. Not in super chat, your Cash App. So thank you. Yay. Y'all laughing at me. I'm upset about my tennis shoes, y'all. But I mean, oh man. It's going to be a mess, like I said. God is a God of order. He'll allow y'all to destroy, but y'all stay out of the Yahshua. This ain't y'all business. This ain't y'all fighting. Because the world is watching right now. U.S. enemies are watching, and they're not. When your enemy does not move, it does not mean that they're weak. It means that they're strategic. Everybody's like, oh, Russia ain't going to do nothing. Russia going to let y'all devour yourselves. China's going to let you devour yourselves. They're going to sit and watch you cannibalize your own system. And once you've eaten it to the point that there's nothing left, then they're going to say, now it's time to rush in. All these people talking about America is full of guns. They'll allow Americans to use the guns on each other. And then once they run out of bullets, guess what happens? Now we come in. Russia not stupid. China not stupid. They think because they're scared they're not moving. They're strategic. They're not going to move. They're just going to sit and watch. Yep. So I came across this video. Let me show y'all something.
Well, I mean,
this is what holistically Democrats and Republicans. It's like all of them are just they're crazy right now. They're the monsters that everybody keeps prophesying about, saying it's gonna be darkness and monsters gonna be outside. They acting like the monsters. That's gonna be the monster right there. That's gonna be the day of darkness. Why we gotta stay in the house? It ain't gonna be no creature out of quiet place. It's gonna be them. We gonna have to hanker down here and sit amongst each other quiet and let them do what they want to do outside. That's the day of darkness. And that's what I believe. Everybody's like, it's gonna be a day of darkness and there's gonna be monsters outside. They the monsters. They the monsters. And that's what I think. They're gonna devour each other.
I'd say that democracy is better. Well, I mean, I don't know about authoritarian. I think that, we've been fed all this stuff about how evil all the other ones are. But if you look at what's going on in our government right now, I don't know if any of the others could be more evil, really.
Can you understand why a country like Finland or Sweden would want to be in a protective coalition that deters people like Putin when they've seen? So you remember in 2008, Vladimir Putin invaded Georgia. 2014, he invades Crimea. 2022, he invades Ukraine. If you're Finland
What
or
about
Sweden,
us? What have we invaded?
have we invaded our next door neighbor and tried to grab their land?
No, we're going about it a different way, but we sure did go and wreck Iraq, Afghanistan.
You won't find me defending that either, of course.
Okay, we're bullies. Like we just think we're supposed to tell everybody how. You know what? Yes, I want to live in a republic. I want to have democratic elections. Freedoms like that. But not everybody sees things the way we do, and we should stay out of their business. They have every right to see things the way they do.
The Ukrainian people themselves want to be a democratic country. They want to be more Western aligned.
What Zelensky told you? Because
Zelensky told me himself the other
when he was buying the new yacht he got.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I think that was debunked. I don't know if he bought it.
Why there's no records whatsoever to follow the cash. The money's.
We're not sending cash.
We have sent money.
We've sent.
We have sent lots of money.
We've sent 20% in cash, but the vast majority of aid is old stockpiled military equipment that we can now restock and replenish and create new American manufacturing jobs.
I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that I don't believe that at all.
That we're sending old. So
I do believe I believe we're sending all kinds of shit over there.
What would Ukraine do with just like cash rather than old artillery?
Have you ever heard of the New World Order?
Can I ask you? I'm going to pivot a little bit off this topic. Do you think the election was stolen?
I think that the election had a tremendous amount of problems. Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of them have in the past. I think that it's just that on a grand scale, it hadn't been so big before. Have you been paying attention to the election? I mean, the polls and the way that.
So the crazy thing is, you've raped and pillaged everybody's land, but you don't think you're wrong. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You've raped and pillaged Vietnam. You've raped and pillaged Iraq. You raped and pillaged Afghanistan. You said there were weapons of mass destruction, and then retracted and said, well, I don't think it's weapons of mass destruction. Y'all done all this stuff. And these folks think that, and what's so sad is, I don't say sad, I'm really don't, white Christians have no regard. They think that we're America, we can be bullies. The guy says, okay, bullies, I'm going to show you what a bully is. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Y'all done gone into all these lands and just raped and pillaged everything. And don't see no wrong in anything that you've done. Christian nationalists, Christian white evangelicals, standing with America. You don't think God is watching? Whoo, y'all is watching. Y'all is yet watching. So we're watching. And the crazy thing is, it goes back into I'm thinking, how can I put this, y'all? So everybody doesn't like the 400-year prophecy, which is, most of these black Christians and black apologists don't like the 400-year prophecy, but it has to be something because we're past that 400-year prophecy, and this is where we are. It says that, and also that nation whom you shall serve, I will judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. So we have to watch the judgment. We're going to watch it, and I think that's when he's going to be like, you out with great substance. That's my thought, and I've always said that. So after 400-year judgment, and we're watching judgment. Since 2019, we've had COVID. We're now getting ready to go into a war. The U.S. is in an economic upheaval. It's horrible. Now we're at the point where they're getting ready to hit the streets. It's just that bad right now. And the thing is, people don't want to admit it because they don't want their comfort zone shaken. God is getting ready to turn their comfort zones upside down. He can ready to turn it upside down. I don't care what these black Christians saying, these black apologists. I really don't care. Because at this point, it's not even a conversation piece with us on who we are and the 400-year prophecy no more. It's about right now paying attention to what's going on around you because God's hand is moving. Right now, we're in a situation where hurricanes are getting worse and worse and worse because the water is getting in these oceans are getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. Right now, Texas is, I heard that they talk about evacuating Texas. I'm like, y'all don't see what's going on. Man. Man. Whew. So I'm just taking a little break because I'm drinking something. I got me a little chlorophyll. I love chlorophyll, y'all. This place that has really good chlorophyll. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And everybody keeps talking about Project 2025. That's a hot item right now. Project 2025. Project 2025. Agenda 47. All these numbers. And I'm sitting here saying, I don't care how many agendas and plans y'all coming up with. God's judgment is still going to lay upon this country. They're trying to fix something that they cannot fix. And the time for repentance, that door of opportunity for all these countries have closed. There is no more. There's nothing they can do now. I really believe God, when he first was showing us who we were, we're giving these countries and these nations an opportunity to repent. Well, that window of opportunity has shut. It has shut. And you can see it now. It's so bad that they can't fix it. They can't fix it. Even if they want to fix it, they can't fix it. It's just that bad right now. I don't care about nobody saying, oh, you're fear mongering. No, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Either you take it or you don't take it. You can call it fear mongering, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Hold on one second. But in the midst of us, we always got the one Sambo in the room. Keep in mind, I'm going to say this. He's speaking for himself. He ain't speaking for none of us. But it's always one Sambo in the room that says, you're the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss. I'm fighting for this country. It's always one. One in the room. One in the room. One in the room. I'm going to show y'all this. Everybody been talking about this for a while. Everybody's been talking about this dude for a good little minute. And they always send our folks to come in and say some crazy stuff. That's what make me mad. Like, why are you getting in it? Hold on. And see, what happens is when they send that one in there, when everything goes south, that's how they end up blaming us. Because one Sambo in the room opened his mouth, showing his patriotic duty. Dude, go sit down. So I'm going to play this guy. It's this governor by the name of Lieutenant Governor, I think out of North Carolina. His name is Mark Robinson. So he decides that he wants to address his congregation on June 30th of how to deal with these liberals. And it's always one Sambo in the room opening his Sambo mouth. Always one in the room. So let me play this for you.
Used to meet evil on the, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it. We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't fight about it. We killed it. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what did we do? We flew to Japan. And we killed the Japanese Army and Navy. We didn't even quibble about it. I didn't start this fight. You did. You wanted to be left alone. You should have left me alone. We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them. Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity. We have wicked people doing wicked things, torturing and murdering and raping. It's time to call out those guys in green and go have them handled. Or those boys in blue and have them go handle it.
Well, it's time to find a new apartment on Zillow.
We're hearing from local organizations after a group called Patriot Front was seen marching through downtown Nashville.
So, with
you know, it's a time when we
hold on, y'all. I'm gonna play
on the battlefield.
Hold on.
And guess what we did to it?
It goes
We
even
killed it.
deeper in what this dude said.
We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, so I'm back, y'all. So it's another part of this that he said, and I need to play it. So let me find it. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to share. He said something, y'all, that I was just like, what the heck? I said I was going to stop cussing. Somebody in the community said stop cussing. So I'm going to stop. So I'm going to play it.
Evil on the battlefield. And guess what we did to it? We killed it. We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't fight about it. We killed it. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what did we do? We flew to Japan. And we killed the Japanese Army and Navy. We didn't even quibble about it. I didn't start this fight. You did.
All right. So North Carolina Lieutenant Governor and current GOP governor nominee Mark Robinson gave a shocking campaign speech at a church this week, calling for the killing of an array of American/conservative foes. Let's hear some more of his speech before we move on.
Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity. We have wicked people doing wicked things, torturing and murdering and raping. It's time to call out those guys in green and go have them handled. Or those boys in blue and have them go handle it. We need to start handling our business again. The further away we get from the concept of 1776 and why we declared our independence and how we declared our independence, the further we start sliding into making 1776 a distant memory.
Now, this 1776. What were we at 17? This is why I just know Sambos just don't, they're not the smartest cookie in the jar. They really not. They really not. For a Black man to think about the Constitution and saying we're getting further and further away from 1776, let's stay away from 1776. Because you wasn't independent, nor was I. See, this is the man of the house, Sambo. He has no, I just want somebody to ask him, what were you in 1776? He's subject to say, well, God, he's subject to say that, well, Slavery wasn't a bad thing. That's what he's subject to say. That's what I get from him. He is just, oh my gosh. I'm like, what is when I heard that part, it just made me cringe. I said, you was a slave in 1776. If we were back in 1776, you would be a slave. You would be in the house or in the field. The way you acting, you would be in the house possibly. Stockholm Syndrome at its finest. Him, not us. I don't want to go back to 1776. I'm so shocked. And you see everything around him is white. Everything around him is white. They gave that he got him, he got his pat on his head by his master. His master pat him on his head for doing a good job, boy. Thank you for that. You did a good job, boy. That's what I feel like. That his white master pat him on his head.
All right. So Robinson's rant about killing people.
So you getting on here ranting about killing people. White people sitting there watching you. And guess what happens? Something goes wrong. And they said, well, let's blame that lieutenant governor. Let's get him. He talking about killing people. I'm sitting here like, Sambos are dangerous. Sambos dangerous. Sambos are the individual that will be the scapegoat. They said, well, we didn't do it. They did it. He said do it. Very dangerous. But when he said we're getting further away from 1776, I said, what in the tarnation? I had to, because I wanted to cuss really bad. Oh, y'all, I'm working on that. I was listening to that. And when I heard the part, I said, let me rewind this. Yes, let's get further away from 17. Whose independence? Not yours. 1776, you wasn't independent. You wasn't. You was considered to be an animal, just about. They equated you down to a cow or a horse. You were livestock. Their independence. So you're fighting for their independence. Wow. Y'all, we sick. Not we, them. They're sick. Sambos are sick. Sambos they are a pariah to the black community. They're a parasite to the black community. Let them, they can have him. No worries. Y'all can have that one. Y'all can have that one. Y'all can have that one. That's so crazy, y'all. But this is where we are. This is where they are. Like I said, I just said watch them. I just shook my head. Baby, when I say cooning at its finest, he can go with them. Go fight with them in a civil war. Go ahead. Go ahead. I ain't in it. He said that we need to be paying reparations. Yeah, y'all can have that one. I'll take Candace Owens before I take him. I would take Candace Owens. If I had a choice between him and Candace Owens, I'd be like, Candace, come on. Let him go and be with them. You know what? It's some of ours. Let them go in it. Let them go and fight. Let them get in the middle of that mess. Yeah. Let them have him. He can go ahead and fight. Go ahead and fight. I'd be like, give me Candace for $200. Candace is coming with us. I choose Candace Owens over him. That's a shame when you say I will take Candace Owens over him. Give me Candace Owens. She rocking with us. She come to the barbecue. You're not. Candace Owens, we found somebody that we will say, welcome, Candace. Even Candace Owens has sense. Some things she say I can agree with. I could tell this guy everything he would say I would disagree with. Everything he would say I would disagree with. These are the people that are not for your people. These are the Judases amongst us. That's a Judas. That's a Judas. He has the spirit of Judas on him. He has a Judas spirit. So, yeah. Man, when I tell you. So, with that being said, it's a lot of things going on. They so scared right now. They sent the coons out to speak on their behalf. That's how bad it is. They sent the coons out on their behalf. But again, it goes back into everything that has transpired. Because right now, you're in a situation where the Heritage Foundation is literally saying, let's take it to the streets. That's what they said. Literally. They even threatened openly and publicly of a second revolution. Y'all, they have threatened. That's what I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, it's about to go down. It's about the reason that it has not went down, because when it goes down, it's gonna be so much going on so fast that it's gonna shock everybody. Everything is gonna be boom, 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 boom. Hold on one second. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be so fast that we can't stop it. It's gonna be that fast. So have I talked about the Heritage Foundation guy that talked about a second, I think I didn't, Second Revolution War. I mentioned him, but I really didn't talk about him. The last live I had, I think I mentioned it, but I skimmed over it and I missed that part. And then the next day I looked at the video and I said, I missed this. Have y'all seen that yet? Did I talk about that? Or I may have talked about it. But they are talking about a second revolutionary war. Revolution is here. It's gonna be another civil war. It's obvious. Y'all, if Trump loses, game over. If Trump wins, game over. It's gonna be ugly. It's not an option. It's not an A or a B. It's A or A, pretty much. It's gonna be the same result. But if we even make it to the elections. So I'm gonna play this. Fair use. This is a little 9-minute video I'm gonna play. Fair use, fair use. I believe, you know what? I believe so too. I believe. I even asked myself, am I going to even get back to New York? I asked that of myself. Yes. Fair use. Fair use. So I'm going to play this.
With the ever-evolving conversation about whether President Joe Biden should step aside and what the best path is forward to beat Donald Trump in November, I am here to remind everybody that we need to keep our eye on the ball. My name is Brittany Page from The Page Perspective right here on YouTube. I'm guest hosting for Jesse today and probably for the next couple of days while he attends to a personal emergency. His friend is sick, and I gave the details about that in a video that I recorded and posted previous to this one. So if you are interested in that or you missed it, please go and check that out and keep the positive vibes coming. I appreciate you being here and supporting the channel in Jesse's absence. So there's a lot of uncertainty right now. The polls aren't as strong as we would like them to be post-debate performance from President Joe Biden. There are donors that are making threats that they're going to withhold their money if Joe Biden does not step aside. We are seeing that a lot of people think that they haven't seen from Joe Biden.
I haven't even talked about this yet. That the Democrats, some Democrats right now are petitioning that Biden steps down because Biden is not mentally capable. They're going from Parkinson's to dementia to Alzheimer's. They didn't diagnose this man with everything. So the Democrats are coming together, to some of them saying, you're going to have to step down. So it's a fight amongst the Democratic Party right now. Not to mention, Trump went to Wisconsin and his rally was so horrible that it was some of his supporters are scared. So Republicans and Democrats are both having a hard time.
What they needed to see after his debate performance in order to believe and feel confident that he can take on Donald Trump. And then there are some people that are saying, hey, I'm still totally confident in President Joe Biden's abilities. And I want to hear from you in which camp you fall into. But I would also say here that I've been seeing a lot of infighting within Democrats. I've been seeing a lot of hostile comments in the comment sections, including on Jesse's videos about these issues. And I would just remind everybody that we're in this together. We need to stick together with the goal of beating Donald Trump. We all want that. And there is a conversation currently happening about the best path forward to do that. But it's important to remember that that's the goal, beating Donald Trump, because there's a lot at stake. And if Donald Trump wins this election, we will see a shift in this country like we've never seen before. And I'm going to be playing a clip because this point was made clear by the Heritage Foundation president, Kevin Roberts, this week. He made an appearance on Real America's Voice, a far-right channel where Steve Bannon hosts his war room. And I guess
Y'all got to hear this. Thank you, Ocean. So for a $5 super chat, over towards my lost sneakers. Okay. I had to get a little snack, y'all, a little parched. But I'm gonna play this. But yeah. Pay attention to this. Fair use.
he's getting ready to have guest host fill in for him as well because he's going to prison. The Heritage Foundation, of course, is one of the conservative organizations behind Project 2025, which I'm sure you've been hearing more about recently because John Oliver just did a video about it and it's getting a lot more attention. You may be aware of some of the bullet points that are involved with Project 2025. Jesse and I actually wrote a video and that came out a few months ago. It's on his channel. I would recommend that you watch it. But you know, there's going to be a mass replacement that they have planned of civil servants. They're going to appoint Trump loyalists to ensure that his policy priorities are implemented without any kind of pushback. They are going to remove access to the abortion pill, mifepristone, restricting abortion, contraception, restricting LGBTQ rights, a complete rollback of all progress on climate change policies, including dismantling EPA renewable energy programs, eliminating the Department of Education, eliminating Head Start. I mean, there's so many things involved with Project 2025. It's bad. It's very bad. It's scary, but conservatives are pushing ahead, knowing that Donald Trump is the answer for how to create this government that's going to make life harder for poor and working people, for ethnic and racial minorities, for the LGBTQ community. And you don't have to take my word for it because Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts is going to tell you himself where his head's at. So in this clip, you're going to hear two conservative activists just beaming with excitement over with into what their plans are.
Hey, y'all, it's Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
critical issues concerning.
I had to kind of fast forward past her because she was repeating the same thing over and over again, and yeah, it was getting irky. It's like I can't stand. Sometimes you use these content creators don't know how to get straight to the point. They got to keep repeating, and I'm like, come on now, let's stop being redundant. Just go straight to the point. So right here is where she makes some great points, and I could just go to the Heritage, go to their site, and just play the video from there, and I might still do that, but I'm going to look at it first. But in this conversation, the leader of Heritage Foundation made a declaration and a threat. So we're going to get straight to it. Fair use.
In the Constitution, there is no one better in this world. There's no better man, a Christian friend for time, someone who's a fierce follower of the Constitution. It's our honor to welcome Kevin Roberts to the show. And Kevin, if you just want to freewheel it and respond to those clips and tell folks what the Heritage Foundation is doing to protect the rule of law and to protect individuals in this great country. Pleasure to have you on.
Well, Professor, my great friend, thanks for filling in and doing a great job. Three things. Number one, in spite of all this nonsense from the left, we are going to win. We're in the process of taking this country back. No one in the audience should be despairing. No one should be discouraged. We ought to be really encouraged by what happened yesterday. And in spite of all of the injustice, which, of course, friends and audience of this show, of our friend Steve know, we are going to prevail. Number two, to the point of the clips and of course, your preview of the fact that I am an early American historian and love the Constitution, that Supreme Court ruling yesterday on immunity is vital. And it's vital for a lot of reasons, but I would go to Federalist number 70 if people in the audience are looking for something to read over Independence Day weekend, in addition to rereading the Declaration of Independence. Read Hamilton's number 70, because there, along with some other essays, he talks about the importance of a vigorous executive. You know, former congressman, the importance of Congress doing its job, but we also know the importance of the executive being able to do his job. And can you imagine, Dave Bratt, any president, put politics off to the side, any president having to second guess, triple guess every decision they're making in their official capacity? You couldn't have the republic that you just described. But number three, let me speak about the radical left. You and I have both been parts of faculties and faculty senates and understand that the left has taken over our institutions. The reason that they are apoplectic right now, the reason that so many anchors on MSNBC, for example, are losing their minds daily is because our side is winning. And so I come full circle in this response and just want to encourage you with some substance that we are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
Right on. Thank you, brother.
Enough of that. But y'all, he said we are in the midst of the second revolutionary war. I think he said revolution. And it can remain bloodless if the left gets some act right. Pretty much that's what he said. And think about, these are Christians. I'm telling you, sometimes these white Christians are the most dangerous. They the ones that was having Sunday church, and then after Sunday church having a hanging of a ninja after service. I'm like, man, literally, he just declared a war. Now, NBC lost their mind when they heard that. Oh, and Joy, what's her name? Joy. That's the Joy lady on MSNBC. She been getting in the middle of it. Below. First, you done already. They said she losing her mind. Her name is Joy. What is her name from MSNBC? MSNBC. What is her name? Joy Reid. she's not ADOS. In fact, she is one of the ones that feel like we don't need reparation. I've heard her talk about that. So, with that being said, I question everything that falls out of her that she says. But they said she has been getting people to fear mongering. Come on out and just her YouTubes have been, I mean, back to back, fear mongering people and choosing a side. And I said, America and this. And I'm like, girl, you can't say this, honey. This is a sinking ship, buddy. Leave it alone. So I don't rock with her at all. And she said that I was done. I was like, everything you say goes through one ear and out the other with me. Because you are not an advocate of reparation. And you wouldn't be because you're not ADOS. You're not foundational Black American. You're not. So it's not in your favor if we got reparations. So we ain't going to talk about this. So I dismiss her and everything that she says. I think her family came from the Congo. And I ain't knocking my African brothers and sisters, but some fights, either you're going to help us or you're just going to sit silent. If you want to help us in the fight for us to get reparation, yeah. But and I ain't knocking my family members that support me that are from Africa, that are from the Caribbean, from the Trinidad. I love all y'all. But when y'all start speaking and saying stuff like y'all don't need reparation, hold on. No, I don't want to talk to you right now. But the MSNBC has been losing their minds about this, what this man is saying. And after he said it, that's when we start seeing what's going on in Nashville. Y'all, these good old chickens coming home to roost. That's what I think we're seeing. The chickens are coming home to roost. Pretty much. They reaping what they've sown. They sown violence, and they're gonna get violence. And it's gonna be by them. It ain't gonna be us. They're the ones threatening each other. And Black folks who want to get in it, let them be in it. But I'm not. Let them do what they're gonna do, because they're not. They're foundation. Black people as a whole, us as a whole, they don't care nothing about us. They use us to get in the fight. But once they've won the fight, then they kick us to the side and say, "Thank you very much. Now go back to doing your biddings." And and then they pay their agents, which look like us, for pushing us in this fight. No, we ain't getting in it. But with that being said, it just don't seem like y'all we even gonna make it to the election, because it's about to go down. Because while we're arguing and going back and forth about Project 2025, and some Republicans are for, some Republicans are not. On the other side, you got Biden and his crew. Biden saying he's staying in office, but the other Democrats are saying you need to step down, but they don't have a candidate worthy enough to take his place. And then you got him lying on these news reports saying Biden is thinking about stepping down, and then Biden will come back and say, "No, I'm not stepping down." It's bad. It's bad. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because they said that he is not mentally capable of being managing the affairs of this country because of his performance during the debate. So they're concerned. They're very concerned. So we went from talking about what's going on with Israel and Hezbollah and Hamas and all that, to now it's starting. People have stopped talking about that. They paying attention to what's going on. And I said the closer we get, y'all remember when I said they sitting quiet about this election? Ain't nobody talking about this election. Ain't nobody. You talk about you gonna come save me? I'm in Tennessee right now. But hey, if something go down and I'm in New York, somebody who gonna come get me? Who gonna come get me? Well, I got my car. I'll pick up some people if y'all don't have cars. But yeah, they said Biden is not mentally capable to run anything. And when you look at the election, he did look like a deer in headlights every single time. Every single time. So not they got to worry about the heritage. Now this is all internal. The Democrats got to worry about Biden. Biden's party is pushing back. Democrats, Republicans are worried about. They have the Heritage Foundation who's ready to fight the Democrats and anybody that's getting in the way of their liberty, which I'm trying to figure out what liberties have you lost other than you can't go do your vacation and buy your motorcycles. You're mad. But you got the Patriot Foundation. You got all this, and it's just like, oh my gosh, the U.S. got so much going on internally. All the while, Russia is going from country to country to country, building alliances with these countries that have been affected by Western colonization. He's building alliances, and you sitting and you watching it, and it's like, oh, ain't finna get in this fight right now, because he know eventually this is gonna collapse on the inside. And he's watching it, but we got these token. Oh, y'all, I'm over it. I'm over it. But this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be real interesting to see how this plays out. And it's gonna be real interesting. The closer we get to this election, I think we're gonna see more and more the rise of white supremacy. We're gonna start seeing it. We're gonna start seeing it. Pretty much, it's gonna be something that is gonna become more and more and more prevalent. Not to mention, have y'all noticed the number of active shooters we've been seeing? All for the past couple of days, I think it's been quite a few. Active shooters are rising up. I'm like, it's gonna come from so many directions that they ain't gonna have enough plugs to plug the hole up in the sinking ship. They ain't gonna have enough plugs to plug it up. Yeah. What did I say about Biden? I said so much about Biden. The elevator don't go to the top. But yeah. Y'all, I'm just chilling. I'm watching. I'm not a popcorn eater, so I get my veggie snacks and watch it go down. Because it is. It is. It is. It's going to be interesting, y'all. So, how long has it been? I've been an hour and 21 minutes. I don't think I got nothing else, y'all. But I know I'm going to have something else here soon. It's inevitable that I'm going to probably have to say something tonight. Somebody going to do something crazy. And it's going to be like, yep, I got to hurry up and get online. It's just that bad right now, y'all. I told y'all it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's going to get to the point that every day somebody's going to have to cover something. Somebody's going to have to cover something. Every day it's going to be something. It's going to be something. So, oh yes, it's going to be much worse. It's going to be much worse. It's going to be much worse. I hope I said that right. I wonder what vocab and them saying right now, and your Eric Masons and your Christian apologists. Are they quiet on this one? They real quiet right now. I wonder what they saying. I wonder what the cherries and all of them saying. All these Christian apologists. I'm just wondering what they saying about this, because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. So, yep, they've been real quiet. They've been real quiet. Real quiet. Wonder what Brian and them saying. They real quiet right now, because it is. They too busy worried about what the Hebrew Israelites doing. I'm like, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the least of your word, honey. You better hope that They not standing in front of your yard with a gun. That's how bad it is. Cause yeah, they meaning these white supremacists, they not standing in front of your house with a gun. The white supremacists is out, baby, and they building slowly but surely, trying to build a army. So I don't know. That's crazy. They started in Tennessee, or it's TV. Tennessee right now is all on TikTok with everything that transpired over the weekend. So again, y'all, I just feel like this 4th of July is gonna be the last peaceful 4th of July they gonna ever have. I think next 4th of July, and I might be wrong. I'm not prophesying. I'm only looking at what I see, far as where we are as far as a country right now. We're about to go to war. It's not gonna be peaceful. I think next 4th of July. And if I'm wrong, praise y'all, but I doubt it. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. Just think, right after 4th of July, the next day they got militants marching in downtown Nashville. Oh man. Yeah. I see they ain't do no. Let that have been the Hebrew Israelite camps marching. Oh, they would have been all on YouTube. Oh, they would have been on YouTube. I ain't seen none of them talk about this this Patriots group that was marching in downtown Nashville. I ain't seen them talk about that. So, all right, family. All right, family. I'm getting ready to close shop. I'll probably do something later. I might do something later. I don't know. But we shall see. We shall see. I think it's gonna be something interesting this week that's gonna pop up. With everything going the way it's going, I'm just it's been some I just feel like something to pop off within this week. I'm just sitting like it just it just feels like it. Like something about to go down. Man. You know what? I may go watch that movie Civil War that came out and it didn't do that well in movie theaters. I don't think they lied and said it was a horrible movie. I don't think they wanted us to watch it. So now it's available on Prime, but it's $19. I'm a cheapskate. But I might break down and rent it and watch it tonight. So, all right, family. Well, I've enjoyed our conversation and I plan to do a little bit more. Like I said, if not tonight, I know this week because it's something that's just. Is it me or do y'all feel it? Tell me if y'all feel it. Like I feel something is about to happen this week. I feel like this week is going to be something crazy going to happen this week. I just feel it, and I can't shake it off. Maybe it's just me, but it's just I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just watching, and I'm just watching, and I'm watching, and I'm watching. So. Hey, real quiet today, y'all. Yeah. I just got a feeling this week is gonna be crazy. Yep, y'all feel it too. So this is a weird election. This is a very weird election. It's like in the back of our heads, we knew the election was coming, but nobody really talked about it. But now everybody's talking about it, and it's going just mass chaos. It's chaotic right now. So, I mean, I ain't worried. Whatever happens this week, it's just gonna be interesting. So, all right, well, family, I'm looking at the comments. Yep. 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 So he said it wasn't good. Oh, okay, well, I ain't gonna pay that $20. All right, y'all. Well, I'm getting I'm getting ready to go for real. All right. Thank y'all so much for your support, and I'll see y'all sometime soon. Alrighty. Alrighty. Be blessed.